Hey, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use two tools, Kindle Trends and again the Amazon bestseller list to assemble this research autopilot report that we have going here. So I'm going to show you how to pull in all this data and fill this report out using the high selling niches that you have assembled here. So let's get started. So Kindle Trends is a tool that allows you, that basically pulls in all kinds of sales data from Amazon. And we're going to use it to very quickly get the information that we want, and the rest of it we're going to supplement from Amazon. You'll log in using my quick log credentials, the same thing for my email address, same email address, same the email address for my Gmail, and the same password. And just log in here. And when you come in, you're going to go to category summaries, and category summaries are actually, when you look at this category summaries list, this basically allows you to select the category over here, and then it'll display all the data about that category, the children, books and category, all that good stuff right here for that category you selected. And these categories match up one-to-one with what you'll find in the Kindle store. So if you look here, I can kind of like show it to you here: arts and photography, biography and memoirs, business and money, children, ebooks, comics, graphics. You get the idea. So it's all the same. So that means that when you're browsing nonfiction here, it's the same as browsing nonfiction here. And it takes a second for the data to load. The difference is, the only rub is that not all of the categories have been pulled in. So you see here we only have a few categories here, whereas here we have several categories that have children and so forth. So we'll need to pull the rest of that data into the tool, and we'll do that using the Google Chrome extension, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But basically what you're going to do is to grab the data that you need. You're gonna first take the category that you have listed here, just copy it. Oops. You're gonna copy it here and bring it over to the Research Autopilot and plop it in right here. Oops, sorry. Actually, and we make sure that this has its links and everything associated to it. And so you just bring that over to here, and then from there, first thing you're going to do is check inside of this these categories to see if maybe this data has already been pulled in. So what we do is just type in motivation you just start to type motivation. So we know that self-help motivation has been put in there, but we don't have business and money self-help motivation in there yet. So in basically nonfiction self-help, you see this, the way this category, how this is spelled out here. It's the same way that we're noting it over here. So it should match one-to-one. And if it doesn't, then what that means is that we got to pull it in. So let's go about pulling it in. So what you'll need to do the first time you do this is you go to the Google Chrome extension link that I just clicked on right here. It'll pop you over here. Add this Chrome extension to your browser. Okay, so you go through that whole process. And then once you've done that, this little guy will show up. And basically allows you to pull in data from the page. So we need to make sure that when we're browsing, when we see that there's no data in Kindle Trends for the category that we want, we know there isn't because we typed it in and we don't see it. While motivational is there, it's not the right children, it's not the right parent to motivation, so we want to make sure we have the right one. We're going to come over, make sure we're browsing the right place, come over to the Kindle store. And we're going to go nonfiction. We're going to go business. Business and investing. I have that wrong. Let me correct that. Business and investing. And then under business and investing, we're going to go to business life. That matches up to that. And then we're going to go to motivation and self-improvement. And then under here, so once we're there, once we're exactly where we want to be, we're going to hit this little guy here. So basically, you have to keep the tool open. Do not click anything anywhere else on the screen. You just basically just have to let it do what it's going to do. You can't browse to another tab or do anything else, or else it'll start over. So it's in a beta stage right now. It works pretty well, except for just that little factor. So once you've browsed to the correct category, you're going to click this Analyze This Page button, and it tells you exactly to be patient. It's gathering information right now. And if within 3 minutes you don't see the little progress bar, which should show up in a minute or so, exactly. So if you don't see this progress bar progressing, if it doesn't change, if it just sticks and stays at 4% for like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, just go ahead, just click somewhere. Just basically you click here away from it, off of this particular little box, and then restart it by clicking that Kindle Trend icon again. So it's loading up, so we're gonna let it do its work. Shouldn't be much longer. And I'd pause the video, except that I can't click anywhere else on the screen. Perfect. So there, it tells you right now, go see your data in Kindle Trends. So you click that button, and that brings you right over to the Kindle store. And this guy here we're going to use a bit, but the first thing that you're going to do is, once you have that information in here, you can always hop back over. We're looking to build out these fields, books and category, all that good stuff. This one is way too, this particular report that it shows you right here is a little too drilled down. So we need to go back out to our category summary. Sorry, I'm scrolling really fast, but I'll show you the detail on the screen later. We need to go back over to our category summary and click off of nonfiction, click it again. That's how it loads everything and make sure it pulls everything over. So make sure you click on and off of it. And then we're going to go to motivation. Oops. Let's give it a second. I think it actually takes like a minute or so for it to come through. Let me try it over here. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, so I figured out the problem. So remember when I told you that if you go, you notice that when we're in the Kindle bookstore, if we are looking at, if we go into nonfiction, that nonfiction has a summary, has a lot of these categories come from this view as well. It's just grouped under nonfiction. When you browse under these, let's say we go to business and investing, you notice how, boom, nonfiction goes away, and now we're in business and money, and then, even though it's called business and investing, and if we go down to business life, that's the way that it looks. So inside of the Kindle store, Kindle Analytics store, or Kindle Trends, it does the same thing. So I was looking under nonfiction. It's not the right place to look, because it's just based on what's right under here. So, okay, and so if you go, and so instead of hitting nonfiction down here, we're going to hit business and money, because it matches the way that the Kindle store sees it. Even though it lets you browse a slightly different way, it lets you browse nonfiction, business and investing, business life, motivation, motivation and self-improvement. You can just come down and hit business life. Hit business and money, business life, and you'll get to the same place. So that's the way you'll browse inside of the Kindle Trend store, even though we're documenting it slightly different. It's the same thing. So you're going to come over here and hit business and money, and when I type in business and money, has several things that'll pop up. Let me bring this over here a little bit more. Business and money has several categories that'll pop up. So that means that there's a chance that motivation was already in here. So before we run the Kindle Trends report, we would come over here and type in motivation. And in this instance, yeah, it's in there. We know that we're not under business, we're not under management and leadership, we're under business and money, business life. And so, what we notice under here, and we're going to pull this guy in anyway, but you notice here that it only says that it only sells, it only has a margin of 15 or what have you. We'll end up under here anyway. We'll end up drilling down this way, so it's perfectly fine. What we need to do is, for this category, you're just going to just highlight and copy all this. Just highlight it. Or rather, if you build it this way, it's probably a little bit easier. So, you're going to need to grab the number of children. Books and category is another thing that you're going to grab from here. The bestseller rank of number 1 and 20th book we already have. You can bring those over at the same time as you bring that over if you like, and then move them around. So we have that. And then we're gonna get this actually from Amazon. So estimated daily sales is pretty much where we're gonna start off at and grab all that information. So these all come from Kendall Trends. And I'll put some flags up here so you know exactly where to go for the information. And then you don't have to worry about trending topics. I'm going to fill that part out. And I think what I'll actually end up doing is kind of teaching you how to do that as well eventually. But it's kind of like it's not an exact science. So I'll have to explain it to you so that you're able to feel confident in being able to do it. What you'll do next is you'll see that you have primary author gender, you have estimate days of week most published, blah, blah, blah. Come over here to primary author gender. And you'll see that here, there's a lot more men than there are women. Whichever is the larger number here, you're going to just put male or female in here. And we're going to just put male. That's pretty good to know for people. Scroll down. And day of the week published is, I would say, Tuesday and Thursday. Whatever the highest ones are, you're going to grab those and put them here. And the last thing we're going to grab is whether it's majority people publishing or publishing firms or independent or self-published. So in this case, it'll be publishing firms. Just copy that from up there. Now we'll come back over to this guy we left out, the average price. If you go over to this is a little bit, I guess, tricky or annoying, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to take every price. You have 20 prices, and then you're just going to get an average of that price. So you're going to take all these numbers, add them together, $2.99, $2.99, all those things, and then times 20, get the average, right? And then plop that average right down in here. And that's how you build out this report. And that's how you build out this report. And so that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. As I said, I'm going to add some more detail up here so you know exactly whether you're getting it from Amazon or Kendall Trends. I think that'll help a lot. Okay. Thanks.